This video goes over downloading and installing the dataset for use in the SMART competition. I have AECOsim Building Designer installed on my machine. When you install AECOsim Building Designer, you also get AECOsim Energy Simulator, and in that installation you have that option of installing Lumen RT. So those are the three software applications that you'll use in the SMART competition. But now I need to download and install the dataset for the project that you work on in the SMART competition. I'll run AECOsim Building Designer Connect Edition from my desktop shortcut here. The very first time you open AECOsim Building Designer, it will open to this welcome page. So I've opened it previously, so mine opened to what's called the work page. But this is the welcome page. Welcome to AECOsim Building Designer. You can see along the top. There's videos over here for some introductory videos and even some more advanced information. Here at Bentley, we do training courses. So this learning is for training courses for architects, engineers, designers, and BIM operators. And then you'll see this news and announcements section on the right. But I'm going to come to this little tab here that flies out, and it's called Start a Work Session. Now this is what's called the work page. On the work page, you'll see a drop-down list here, which is what we call the workspace. The workspace that you'll be using is the AECOsim Examples workspace. And then once you set the workspace, you'll see over here a list of what we call work sets. And when you install AECOsim Building Designer, you'll have a few work sets, and I've got a few other ones on my machine here. I'll select the multi-use retail building US for United States. That tells me that this is in imperial units, feet and inches. You'll also see one called multi-use retail building neutral metric. And these are example work sets that are delivered with AECOsim Building Designer, and they're used in training. So if I choose the multi-use retail building US, I can choose browse right here, and that will show me a folder with several .dgn files. The .dgn stands for design inside that folder. Now I'll just choose one here, and it doesn't really matter which one you open. So we can see that I am now in a design model. I have 3 views open. But what I want to point you to is up here on the very upper right, you'll see this little blue icon up here. It's called Connect Advisor. Connect Advisor is a function inside of Bentley applications that points our users to help on tools and upcoming training and our Bentley Communities website, things like that. So if I choose that Connect Advisor, there's different settings in here. What you want to look at is this drop-down list right here. And you see right now I am set on most recent. You can see the other options here. But I see on the very top of my most recent list is the SMART competition. Now, when you open it up, there's likely to be other things listed here, as we might have some newer events or training courses coming up. So you can always come up here to the search and type in SMART. So once I type that in and hit enter, you'll see how this list now shows me search results for SMART. And if you expand this Learn option here, this is our Learn server, and open that up, then you'll see that that found the SMART competition. And the title is a link. So if I select that, this dialog box that opens up will be populated with some videos. But if I select here on the right, this link right here, that will prompt me to save this smart.zip file. I like to save the files out to my desktop, and then I'll take it from there and put it where it needs to go. So I'm going to say save right there and save that zip file onto my desktop. You can save it anywhere you want on your computer. Just remember where you save it to. So I'll close this Smart Competition window, and I'll just minimize AECOsim Building Designer for right now. So here's the zip file I saved to my desktop. I'll open this zip file, and in this zip file you'll find a folder named Smart. Underneath that folder there's several other folders. This is the project files and the supporting dataset for the project. You'll see a couple of PDFs, the lesson narratives. You may already have that one, but here it is again in case you need it. And then the practice workbook, which has the exercises for working on the SMART competition. So you see here, practice workbook. And then you'll see this file called smart.cfg. That's a configuration file. And then you'll see this file called smart.dgnws. This is a design workset file. I'll select, using my control key on my keyboard, the folder named Smart, the smart.cfg file, the smart.dgnws file, and I'll simply right-click on here and say copy. Now, a quick way to go to the folders where this needs to be copied is to go back to AECOsim Building Designer. I just minimized it earlier, and if you go to the File tab in the ribbon interface, and whatever file you opened up, you can just hover over it, do a right click on it, and you can say open this folder in File Explorer. So that's the location of that project. But we need to move up a couple of folders, so you'll notice there's this folder called work sets right here. So I'll click on the work sets, and you'll see in here those different work sets that we saw in the list in the work page. This is where that folder and those two files need to be pasted into. So I'm just going to right click and say paste. And then I'll see I have that smart folder and then the smart.cfg file and the smart.dgnws file. Now, in order for AECOsim Building Designer to read that configuration file, we need to exit out and start it up again. So I'll come over here in the Backstage page and select Exit. And then I'll just start up AECOsim Building Designer again. It will open to the work page. Here's the work set that I just got into so I could open AECOsim Building Designer. But if I pick on that list, scroll down here, there is our Smart Competition work set. And so we'll set that to Smart. Choose the Browse button. You'll see that it opens to the Smart work set, the Designs folder. Here's my .dgn files for the Smart Competition. And I'll choose this underbar working model file to open up. This is the file you'll be doing your work in for the Smart Competition. We see I've got two views in this DGN file. The last time it was save settings. And you'll see the gymnasium and the administration part of the project. View 1 is here in an isometric rotation and a wireframe display style. View 2 is in a top orientation and in a transparent display style. So that will get you set up downloading the smart.zip file and then copying the folder and the two files over into the AECOsim Building Designer folders, and you've got your PDFs in that zip file too. So good luck with your Smart competition.